Following some breaking news now, wrestling legend Hulk Hogan has died. His manager told NBC Los Angeles that Hogan died surrounded by his family in Clearwater, Florida this morning. He was 71 years old.
Official reports now confirm something chilling. Hulk Hogan's death might have been preventable. The wrestling legend, who defined an entire era, died from cardiac arrest. But the real cause had been building for decades. The autopsy report, released just 2 days after his death on July 25, 2025, dropped shocking details. While the official cause was cardiac arrest, it wasn't just a sudden collapse, it was years of damage catching up to him. Internal trauma, nerve compression, and chronic inflammation had silently wrecked his body. His heart, severely stressed, his spine and lower back, heavily fused, full of scar tissue and signs of untreated injuries. Worse, doctors found signs of internal bleeding, possibly from old wrestling wounds that had never been properly treated. Experts believe slow internal damage and non-stop organ stress wore him down until his body just couldn't fight anymore. And get this, cardiologists say he could have survived if he'd just gotten the right care in time. People close to Hogan said he'd been complaining about chest pains weeks before, but he kept pushing through and didn't go to the hospital. The saddest part? Hidden in his medical file and his final messages might have been the truth he ignored. The autopsy didn't just confirm his death, it made one thing heartbreakingly clear: Hulk Hogan could have had more time. If Hogan had just let himself be human, maybe he'd still be here. The man who built his body into a fortress had been falling apart for years, and no one could stop it. In the weeks before his death, Terry Bollea, Hulk Hogan, started canceling appearances. Friends said he looked pale, tired, and short of breath. He told one buddy, "I'm just tired all the time." But instead of getting help, he stayed home, thinking he'd bounce back like always. By late June 2025, Hogan was having chest tightness and nausea. A cardiology appointment? Skipped. His doctor pushed for more surgery. Hogan refused, saying, "No more knives, brother. I've had enough." After 25 surgeries, he turned to CBD, acupuncture, and infrared therapy. But none of that could heal what was breaking down inside. In his last 72 hours, he needed help just to walk. No one, not friends, doctors, or even family, could make him slow down. He was a warrior to the end, but that warrior mindset may have cost him everything. By 2025, Hulk Hogan's body wasn't just hurting, it was collapsing. Doctors said his joints felt like they were filled with glass. Arthritis had taken over his knees, shoulders, back, even his fingers. Just standing up or tying his shoes. Total struggle. Decades of painkillers and performance enhancers had wrecked his kidneys and liver. Even though he later switched to CBD and natural stuff, the damage was already deep. As far back as 2018, his blood work showed serious organ stress. Sleep, almost non-existent. He'd go nights without rest, pacing his mansion or sitting alone in his home gym. He once told a friend, "I hear the crowds when it's dark. I can't turn them off." Then came the spinal damage. A collapsed disc was pressing on a nerve in his neck, possibly why he lost control in his arms and hands. Fans noticed he stopped signing autographs. It wasn't attitude, it was his body breaking down. The powerhouse was now trapped in a frame that couldn't hold him up. But the real pain? It ran deeper. Hogan wasn't just battling injuries, he was fighting something invisible. Depression had crept in long before. After his marriage ended and scandals exploded around 2010, friends said he changed. He talked about shame, regret, and the fear of being forgotten. Behind the fame, behind the legend, was a man drowning in silence. "I lost everything that mattered," Hogan once told a close friend. The man who once lit up arenas now spent most of his time alone. He stopped showing up to events unless he had to. And when he did, he came with handlers and tight security. One insider revealed he didn't trust the spotlight anymore. He feared being judged, even by strangers. But the most heartbreaking moment? A journal entry from November 2023. "The ring gave me everything and took it all back. Raw, real, and full of pain." Still, even in the shadows, Hogan clung to one thing: his legacy. He knew the name Hulk Hogan still meant something. That belief kept him going. Not to chase past fame, but to leave on his terms. He dreamed of one last match, one last walk to the ring. At 70, he asked Vince McMahon for a farewell fight. "I want to go out the right way." WWE said no. His body couldn't handle it. But Hogan never stopped fighting for the image. He worked behind the scenes, pushed licensing deals, protected Hulkamania, and stayed connected to fans. He refused to be seen in a wheelchair, even when doctors begged him. Hulk Hogan doesn't roll. He walks, he told his wife Sky Daily. Even when public appearances became too painful, he sent video messages, smiling, flexing, still in character. And when he passed, he was buried in his red and yellow gear, the same outfit he wore the day he slammed Andre the Giant. His red and yellow gear wasn't just a costume, it was his armor. Even after death, Hulkamania still roared. When news of his passing hit on July 24, 2025, the world didn't go quiet. It exploded. Fans mourned, posted tributes, painted murals. Everyone said the same thing: he should still be here. Experts were stunned. Cardiologists called it both a miracle and a tragedy. How had someone with so much internal damage lasted this long? WWE dropped a tribute video, the immortal one, showing him at his peak, ripping shirts, slamming giants, but also limping in pain, still smiling. It wasn't just a tribute, it was a wake-up call. Wrestlers like Triple H and Charlotte Flair pushed for better healthcare for aging legends. One viral tweet said, "We can't keep letting icons fade like this." Even his wife Sky Daily spoke out. He chose pain over help. That was his way. I just wish he'd chosen different. At his death, Hogan's net worth was around $25 million, a huge drop from his $100 million heyday. Lawsuits, divorces, and bad business deals took a toll. The Gawker payout was $140 million on paper, but insiders say he saw less than $20 million. His 2009 divorce from Linda, she reportedly took 70% of the assets. After his passing, most of what remained went to Sky. Brooke Hogan got partial WWE royalties. Nick Hogan was allegedly left out of the will. Still, his brand exploded. WWE and Mattel saw a 700% spike in sales. But behind the spotlight, Hogan was living a double life. Behind the sunglasses was Terry Bollea, a man battling pain, regret, and the fear of being forgotten. We knew Hulk Hogan, but we never really knew him. After the 2015 racism scandal, Hogan told a confidant they don't want the whole truth. They want the easy villain. What the world didn't see were the private apologies, the phone calls, the quiet efforts to make things right. In the end, only a small group stuck by him. Ric Flair, Jimmy Hart, and his daughter Brooke. Everyone else, they backed away. Some forgave, some never did. Hogan accepted that, but what scared him most wasn't hate, it was being forgotten. One of his last recorded messages said it all: "Don't cry for me. Cheer for the next guy. That's what a real champion does." Those were his final words to the camera. Hogan's legacy was messy, raw, real, painful, iconic. But behind the muscles and promos was a man who fought until the very end. His death wasn't just about losing a legend. It was a reflection of what fame does to people. Even giants fall. And when they do, it's not always with a bang, it's with a whisper. "Brother, I'm going home." He reminded us that mental health matters, that pride can be deadly, and that superheroes still bleed. Hogan could have asked for help, but he chose to be strong, even when it broke him. On July 24th, 2025, the world lost Hulk Hogan, but the autopsy revealed what many feared. His heart had been failing for years. Untreated injuries, internal bleeding, spine inflammation, and yet he never stopped pushing. In a tragic twist, he collapsed in his gym, alone. No surgery, no hospital, just silence. The truth behind his final days? It stunned fans everywhere. Like, share, and subscribe to Juicy Scoop TV for more shocking deep dives just like this.